In the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, a verification regime is actually built directly into the treaty, which is pretty unique. What this means is, in order for a country to sign up to this treaty, it also has to agree for some kind of monitoring of that country to be done. Therefore, we had to develop equipment that could verify that they were keeping to the rules of the treaty. Hence, we developed the ARSA and the RASA. So these are put out across the world, and they're operated 24 hours a day, and they measure trace amounts of radioactivity every day. We developed this equipment to go in the field to do automatic measurements in the International Monitoring System. What this equipment does is it collects debris from the air, does a sensitive measurement, but it's all done by a computer, and it's done in field conditions. What the underground laboratory does is you can take that debris after a machine made the measurement, and then you can remeasure it. And not only can you remeasure it with a human involved, but it can be done underground in an extremely sensitive way, far more sensitive than you could ever do in the field. So that's why the laboratory is so important, is that we can have confirmatory measurements, and in fact they can be done in a much more sensitive way than it can be done in the field. Equipment is only one part of the story at this laboratory. A person had to design the underground laboratory. A person had to understand the science that's necessary in order to make these measurements at a very sensitive level. So actually the biggest asset is the expertise. And our ability to have cross-disciplinary teams, for example, we have engineers, computer scientists, nuclear physicists, and chemists all working together on a single team to try to make these measurements. And in today's world, when we're trying to make exceedingly sensitive measurements, you in fact need all these disciplines working together in order to make these kinds of measurements. So although this laboratory looks snazzy and clean and well-designed, which it is, the beginning of the implementation and the exploitation of low background counting has just actually begun, especially in national security problems. We need to continue to push the envelope to see what this is really capable of doing and see how it changes national security in the United States.